Hello, beautiful souls. Hello. All right. This is going to be a short one. Just thought I would hop on here and talk for a moment about considering not entertaining labeling. I know, as usual, there's a lot of talk, commentary, whatnot about narcissists. Even I've done it, which is fine. It's funny as as I am changing and growing and expanding, I look back over my old stuff and I'm like, no, that's okay. That's okay. That's a certain level of consciousness. There was a certain stream of consciousness coming in then, and that's okay. It doesn't even matter where you are. Just be grateful for wherever it is you are. But what's coming in for me right now is to stop labeling. Stop labeling. Stop judging. Stop limiting yourself through your labeling of yourself and others. You know, it's interesting on this journey, of awakening. I've played many roles and taken on a lot of labels. Played the I am game. All of the different things that I am. Right? I know a lot of you guys can appreciate this. Right? And I'm not saying that they're not true. But we are so much more. And in our human minds, we tend to limit when we do identify with something strongly and take that to heart. And so, what the heck? I'll just share this. So back in the day when I first started awakening, part of my thing, I was really drawn into learning about witchcraft. And so I was studying it, learning about it, also doing my ancestry because it was coming in really strong that I come from a line of very powerful women. And so, as such, I started learning about spells, learning about Wicca, learning about paganism, which then led me into learning about angels, which then led, do you guys see? It's like, that's the beginning for me, at least as an adult. I had a different sort of awakening when I was a teenager, but, and then, so learning about obviously the law of attraction and then focusing on gratitude and, listening to Abraham Hicks and finding out about Louise Hay and Wayne Dyer and all of these different things and all of these different ways of looking at really the same thing, which is energy and how we use it. Because energy is always in motion, always in flux. And so we consume it. We do not burn it up. It just transitions into something else. So careful what you're labeling yourself. And the reason I started out with this story is because I had a boyfriend at the time. And I was like, yeah, well, I'm really identifying with the term a white witch right now. And he kind of rolled his eyes and was like, well, I don't know why you feel the need to label yourself. You're so much more than all that. But it's funny. Now I'm 3-4 years out from that. And I get it. I get what he was saying. Because we try these hats on and then we realize that we expand beyond the hats. It is a growing process. We are growing up. So it's fine to try the hats on, but just make sure you're not limiting yourself to your whatever you are believing. Because remember, there is light and dark in all of us. And that is where our true power is when we begin to, I see it as weaving those together. Everybody sees it a different way. You can call that integration. But I actually see it more of and I say seeing like in my third eye, as more of a weaving together of these things. Instead of like only identifying with the positive attributes, we are acknowledging the ones that we have traditionally thought were not positive. And we can be okay with that. We can accept the traits within us and we can say, well, okay, that's a continuum and I am choosing not to, entertain maybe my lazier aspects today where I just want to sit and do nothing all day. And some days that's fine. Do you get what I'm saying? So instead of like pushing it out and then so the people that think, oh, lazy, I'm never doing, then they might stack their whole lives so full and be the busy. So they're not perceived by themselves or others as being lazy, but that means that they don't ever have downtime. They don't ever have that time to go within and listen. That's just one example. There's lots of different examples, but I didn't think this would be a long video. So, yeah, watch what you're labeling. Also, I keep getting the same message that where you are from is not as important as where you are going. So, a lot of people like to sell readings about, your origins and all of this, and it's really not that important. Some past life work is important, but it's like you're not going that way. The other thing I feel like I need to talk about is this whole twin flame thing again. I don't know why, but I will. So you are not half of anything. I'm not saying you don't have soulmates, divine counterparts, whatever, souls that are coming into your life for a prearranged reason or to help you or to unlock a door. It's like we're keys for each other in that way. Some come in for a romantic relationship, others don't. It feels like a lot of the divine feminines right now, we are doing major work. And I'm not saying the masculines aren't. I'm just saying this is what I'm tapping into right now for me, is that we are doing major integration work of our feminine and our masculine. And that we are powering up big time. And where a lot of us have felt like we don't need to be in relationship, romantic relationship, we're all in relationships, that might be coming to an end. But that it's all a matter of free will. And that if you don't do that deep work surrounding how you see yourself in the world and in romantic relationships, then it's not happening for you. At least not in the growth and, it's all growth and expansion. But how do I say, not in the, it's going to probably feel more growthy than expansion-y. Right? We all have had those relationships where it's like, oh, wow, that was a learning experience. right? We can be grateful for it, but man, that didn't feel good. It's funny. Even my daughter said to me today, well, Mom, when are you going to have a boyfriend? I mean, that lasts for a while and that doesn't end in you being sad or them being sad. And part of me is like, well, who's to say that that sadness and that ending and all of that is not divinely orchestrated? It really has become apparent to me lately that don't live your life afraid of that pain. Open up to it. That pain is love. And it can be shifted. It's okay. It's okay to feel that. It's human. A lot of the things that we have done to protect ourselves have been anti-human. One of the greatest gifts that we have is feeling. The good and the bad, whatever you want to label it, it doesn't matter, we're still feeling. There's so much power in that energy. And by pushing it down, we are getting ourselves stuck. We're sticking emotions everywhere in every single joint, causing all kinds of inflammatory problems, all kinds of autoimmune diseases, all kinds of things that you go to the doctor and they have no idea what's happening to you. Well, let me tell you what. Almost all of that has to do with emotions that you have pushed, suppressed, repressed, pushed down, tucked away in your shoulder, tucked away in your hip, tucked away wherever. Now is the time to feel all of it. And I am feeling, I know I've said this a few times, but feeling it strongly that we are uncovering all of this right now until February. And I'm sure it'll go on past then, but there is something happening around in February-ish. I know I told my friend, it's almost like a day of reckoning. And I don't believe in any judgment that's ever going to happen because we are the ones that judge ourselves. We aren't judged, ever. I mean, in any way that matters. We judge each other. But that doesn't, I mean, do you get what I'm saying? Your source, your God, doesn't judge you. You might think that happens because of religion. But what I feel is just love and curiosity and interest, not judgment. So we are beginning to free ourselves of judgment that has to do with the past, right? All this looping, all of these narratives. We are coming back together with people that maybe we didn't get along with or we had a falling out with, and we're able to shift it and we're able to embody grace and compassion and love. Not judgment. I know for me, it's been big. It's coming in big time. So, watch your labeling. Watch your labeling. You don't have to define yourself. Nobody's asking you to. Try being limitless for a while. See how that feels. Love you guys. Have a great day.